Hello everyone and welcome to PRL. It is the title decider. We are at Brazil and this is the final round. And before we get into the qualifying at Brazil, I am going to quickly run through the championship standings as they are right now. So in first place we've got Michael, who's on at 207 points, and we've got Decky in second at 200 points. So the title will be decided tonight, with the gap being 7 points. So if Decky wins, then I think he'll win it on countback because he has more wins than Michael. But if Decky doesn't win and Michael somewhat stays with him on track, then Michael will be crowned champion. Falcon is in third with 143 points. He hasn't had the best second half of the season, but no doubt he'll want to go out with a bang. Well, not literally a bang, but he'll want to go out on a high tonight. In fourth place we've got Mitch, who has impressed over the last couple of races. Then we've got Doom in fifth, Neo in sixth, VSR Louis in seventh, Killer Blue eighth, Rick in ninth, and Owen rounding out the top 10. Outside the top 10 we've got Smithy in 11th, Gary 12th, Jerry 13th, and then in the rapid reserves we've got Carol in 14th and Maxi Luca, who is racing tonight, in 15th place. And we've got Jeff's Revenge at 16th place, who did indeed join late. Kalik in 17th has joined late and just hasn't really been able to hit the ground running. In 18th we've got Haribo, who hasn't had a great season. He's just been having really bad luck, so hopefully he can go out on some good luck tonight, and I look forward to the season. And then in last place we've got, well, in 19th and 20th we've got the two Renaults of YHYY and F1 Racer. And a little bit of a stat: everyone in the top 20 has at least scored a point at some point in this season, so it's just a little bit of a stat there. And you can see we've actually got 20 drivers here on the grid tonight, so this is going to be an absolute belter tonight, as it was last season at Abu Dhabi with Decky and Carol. That race definitely lived up to the hype, and that was my first full race as a commentator. Decky left the session. Decky hasn't actually set a lap, so this could be a title decided already. But at the moment we've got Haribo in first, Maxi Luca in second on an 8.6, so good lap from Max there. Falcon in third, Mitch in fourth, Michael in fifth, Smithy in sixth, Louis, not a good lap from him, and always Louis lost the back end. I'm glad I caught that on stream. Oh, let's go Louis, back to the pits for Louis. Don't know if I think Louis was on a lap, and I'm looking at his wheel and he said he was 6/10 up, so he was on for provisional pole. So watch out for Louis on his second run, as Gareth I think has run out of fuel. Louis back in the pits safely, didn't damage his car. Killer Blue in 8th, Rick in 9th, and Jeff round out the top 10. And if Decky can't get back in, then this is definitely going to play into Michael's hand, because at the moment Michael's in 5th place. Not a great lap from Michael, but no doubt he's got time in his lap. Going to go on board with June now, Decky's teammate, who again hasn't really hit the ground running. He's had a couple good results, but you know, Doom has the pace to win races here, but he just doesn't seem to have the luck, or just can't, you know, survive a full race without getting some type of damage. And there you go, Decky has rejoined, so Decky has got enough time to take control of his car and set one lap. So at the moment it is all advantage Michael, and Doom runs wide. I think that might be invalid. Have a quick look. I don't think it is, it's still going, so let's see what. So I do apologise for that. But yeah, at the moment we've got Haribo first, June in second place. So June was able to finish that lap and it wasn't invalid. So well done to June. And SimSite is saying that he is lagging, so let's hope he can fix that. But PlayStation has been playing up the last couple of days, so wouldn't be surprised if we see a few cars lagging in the race tonight. but Decky's still in the pits. He needs to have enough time for 2 runs, and I think with a 1 minute lap should have enough. Oh, so we've got Jerry in the chat. The weatherman said small chance of rain at the end of quali and race light clouds, so who knows. Definitely, so people want to get out, and the likes of Decky as well. He needs to get out now if he wants to have at least 2 runs setting a lap and potentially getting pole from Haribo. But yeah, at the moment we've got Falcon on an out lap. We've got Michael. Is he on a lap? Oh, Michael losing the back end. So I don't know whether Michael's going to set. No, he isn't. Michael's going to come back into the pits, and he's going to have enough time for 1 more run. So Michael definitely feeling the pressure tonight, as is Decky. But Decky, you have to feel, is feeling it more, just because of the circumstances of him lagging out, etc. But Michael does indeed pit, and Louis is complaining that YHYY. Where is Louis? Louis is in the pits, so I don't know what's going on there. But got Killer Blue off the track. Decky is out. Decky's out of the pits, and Decky needs to shine now if he wants to win his title and become a double back-to-back champion. And he needs to win this race tonight. And Jerry said that update, no rain in quali, so thank you Jerry for that update. So there is no rain in quali, so Decky will have enough time for 2 runs. He's got enough fuel for 2 runs. Let's stay on board with the championship contender. The constructors is indeed wrapped up, and I believe the Toro Rosso team of Michael and Falcon have indeed won that, so congratulations to them. But we're going to go on board with Decky for his lap. I'm not going to say anything, I'm just going to let him do his lap, and I'll come back towards the end of his lap. So Decky did indeed get his first lap invalid. It was looking so good up until that point. Gary has retired in 10th place. Smithy has retired and he's gone up to 4th place. So well done to Smithy. Again, definitely improving as the season's gone on. So well done to Smithy. Last week he was fighting for a podium, but did indeed lose on the last lap. So hopefully Smithy can recreate some of that magic from last week. But the top 3 all on out laps. And let's go back to Michael now as he's rounding the last corner now. Where's Decky? Decky has indeed gone for another lap, so let's try this again, and this time I'm going to go on board with it. So come through the centre S's, not wanting to clip the curb on the inside, easy invalidation. Turn 3 now, keeping it nice and close to the inside. Now coming down the long straight end of sector 1. He's up on his own personal best in sector 1, so it's good sector 1 from Decky there. Turn 4 now, very easy to run wide and get an easy invalidation. Then we'll come to the swinging right-hander, which again, very easy place to get invalid on the outside. You see this is where Decky got invalid last time. Has he got invalid again? No, I don't know. It did look quite wide. We'll have to find out. And now Decky coming through sector 2, another quite twisty section of Brazil. Definitely a traction frenzy through the sector. You need to get the traction right, if not then your car will be sideways. Coming through the swooping left-hander now, coming into the final corner. Decky's done all he can now. Can Decky get pole or even challenge Michael as he's coming up the hill now towards the line? I'm going to go back on the menu and see where Michael's at. Michael is not finished his lap yet, so Decky to the line, and what is it? It's pole position 8.2. Good lap from Decky right at the end there. Going to quickly switch back to Michael now. Michael coming to the line. Michael needs to improve by at least 6 tenths, and I think he's going to improve definitely. And Michael goes a second, so Decky at the end there, pressure all on him, 1 lap. Decky so far has pole, but look at Haribo, he goes pole with 8.2. Where is Joom? Joom is on the lap, and Joom is about to finish his lap, and I think Decky has run out of fuel. Where's Max gone? Louis goes second, so Decky in 3rd, Michael in 4th. Not even round at the... Max has spun. I think that's coming out of the last corner, what Louis did earlier in qualifying. So Max will be starting 8th place. Joom is about to finish his lap. Can Joom have an upset for Decky and Michael? Of course, he wouldn't want to. Oh, he goes just behind Michael. So insane qualifying. Haribo and Louis, half a tenth. Exactly. Then we've got Decky, just not just a smidgen behind. Then we've got Michael in fourth. So these two will round out the second row of the grid. But it is Haribo who does take pole. Voice over Haribo. He's very quick over one lap. One of the quickest, I think, on this platform. But Louis, again, he looks very strong. But again, Louis just, I don't know. I think Louis is a weird one, because I don't know, it depends on whether he turns up or not, and whether he's involved in anything at the beginning of the race. But that is qualifying, so we are waiting now for Decky to retire. He knows he's done his job now. He's qualified ahead of Michael, but Decky does need to win this race or finish within the top 3, as we've got people complaining in the chat. Falcon's down to 11th, so Falcon must have got invalid on his last run, because that is a lap that someone like Falcon could easily improve on. As the top 5 are the ones we are waiting. Well, we're waiting for Decky to retire. Got 50 seconds left, and then Max DSQ. So Max actually got disqualified. So that lap that he did indeed get rubbed off, and now Max will be starting 20th, which isn't exactly the end of the world for Max. He knows that he's got a free choice of tyre, doesn't have to go steaming into turn 1 with full guns blazing. He can sort of hold back and wait for other guys to make mistakes. The one thing I know with Max, at the beginning of a race, Max definitely does make up a few positions, and I've said that time and time again about him. So watch out for him in 20th. But yeah, just waiting for Decky to retire, and then we'll get the full qualifying results, and then we can go into the race. And Decky does indeed retire. So it is indeed Haribo who takes pole, Louis in second, half a tenth. Then we've got Decky. Look at them. That gap between the top 3 is so satisfying. But then we've got Decky in third, Michael in fourth. So the 2 championship contenders not even on the first row of the grid. Joom in 5th, Mitch in 6th, Neo in 7th, Smithy down to 8th, Simsai in 9th, Owen in 10th. Then we've got Falcon, Rick, Gary, Calic, Spine, who I believe is a reserve, Killer Blue, Just Revenge, YHYY, PRL, Jerry and Max, who did indeed get disqualified from the session. So my prediction for the race, I'm going to say, I want to say Louis for the win, just because Haribo has been prone to make a few mistakes in the race, which does cost him 9 times out of 10. But then, you know, Michael and Decky will want to win this race as well, so watch out for them on the second row of the grid, as we are waiting for the guys to make their strategy calls. In terms of race strategy, it is a very interesting one. I believe the people inside the top 10 will maybe try and go for a 1-stop, but that is very risky. So if I was Michael or Falcon, I'd definitely go for a 2-stop, go on to the supers soft strategy. That is the most sort of safe strategy, I'd say. If you want to go super medium, then be that on your own head. But yeah, Michael I know has really good tyre wear anyway. But formation lap, it's time. So where people watching the stream, who do you think is going to win the race and indeed win the championship, Decky or Michael? Of course, the constructors wrapped up by Michael and Falcon early on, but early part of the season they were the team that looked the most formidable, and you know, they kept on getting 1-2s, 2s and 3s, so they sort of secured that early on. But recent relations between Michael and Falcon, they haven't really got along for a couple of weeks now, and that has definitely shown in the results, because although Michael has still been finishing quite high up the grid, for his teammate Falcon just hasn't really had his mind in the championship as he did at the beginning of the season. Falcon was the man to beat beginning of the season, and you know, to bet on that. And there is a McLaren, I think that was Simsai, actually going wide and grassing his tyre, so watch out for Simsai. He's going to have a bad start now because of that. But yeah, going back to Falcon, he's just not had a good season. The second half, anyway. The first half of the season, he was exceptional. You know, really opened my eyes about him. And, you know, he definitely proved himself to be a championship contender. But second half of the season, obviously the relationship with Michael falling apart. I think that was evident after Italy, after they both pitted on the same lap. But yeah, other than that, it's just not really been the Falcon's second half of the season. So hopefully Falcon, if he does stay, which I think he will, next season should be his season. So we're going to say what tyres everyone's on, and no one's opted for the medium. So everyone from 12th onwards, apart from Spine and Jeff, have gone full of soft tyres. So expect these guys to do the one stop and finish quite hard with good if they don't get wing damage. But as everyone goes back to the grid, it's all about who gets a better start and who will be leading into turn one. Top four very close in quality, so it's anyone's guess who will win this race as we wait for the final car of Max to line up on the grid. And here it is. We're going to go to 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out for this PRL title decider. Haribo's got a good start, I think. Louis not really got a good start, but behind, believe, Michael and Jude. Oh, where's Decky? Decky's in third. So Decky up into third. Oh, Louis off. Louis has had an off, and now Michael's up into second. Decky third, sorry, Decky in second, and Haribo in third. Haribo's got a second lead already, so Haribo can sort of take it easy now. But behind him, we've got Decky in second, Michael just behind him. Is Michael going to go for a move? No, he doesn't. Thinks better of it. Jim in fourth, Mitch in fifth, Neo in sixth, Smithy in seventh, Falcon up into eighth. So good start for Falcon. You can just see on board with Falcon just the train that Decky has. But he'll no doubt want to chase his teammate, and as Falcon loses the back end, and Louis now down in 11th place, goes for a move on a lagging McLaren. He does make it stick, but further behind we've got the two Red Bulls of, I believe, Max and Jerry going at it, and Max is up into 18th place. So not the start I thought Max would have, but back up the front, Haribo commanding this race, 1.2 the gap. Michael was 2 tenths behind Decky, so this could be a move, and it could be an important one for the championship, as Michael knows he's got to finish near Decky. Come down, start, finish straight. Michael has to go around the outside. Decky's not going to make it easy. Decky's going to outbrake him. Down the inside he does. Of course, Michael running no assists, so making that a little bit harder for Michael to get the move done. But Decky's able to stay ahead of Michael, more importantly, but up in front, Haribo commanding this race at the minute. Lap 2, 1.3 second gap, after Louis did indeed lose the back end, coming out of turn 3, I do believe. But behind him we've got Doom, who again is keeping a watchful eye on this battle, but behind him we've got Mitch, Neo and Smithy all wanting to get past, and even behind them we've got Falcon now catching these guys. So Falcon could indeed have an influence on this this title fight, because if I know Falcon, he's not one to sort of give up at any given point. So watch out for Falcon mid part of the race. And Louis now making the move on Jeff, and Jeff is up into 11th place, so fair play to Jeff. Let's have a quick see who benefited from their start. And indeed, everyone in the top 10 did make a place up because of Louis, and Jeff up 6 places. Max is up 5. So as I said with Max, watch out for him. He's going to be making places off the line, and he has, by making up 5 by the end of lap 2. So we can go back to the tyres and go back to the front as Michael now 2 attempts again. Is he going to go for a bit of a dive? Although he's just too far back, and Decky's able to keep the lead. But look at this, Haribo 1.7. This is what this man can do when he has no pressure on him and he's got a clear road ahead. Absolutely exceptional start from him. Perfect start, perfect way to end the season so far, as Michael still 3 tenths behind Decky. I will concentrate more on the Decky and Michael battle more than anything else, but behind them Mitch and June looking like they're going to make, well, Mitch making a move on June but just isn't close enough. But behind we've got Louis now. I'm going to keep an eye on Louis as well, because he's going to be coming through the grid as he almost runs into the back of own HVB. So as I said with Louis, you know, it depends whether he makes a mistake or gets involved in something, and you know, he lost the rear coming out of turn 3 and now finds himself down in 10th place. But I'm going to go back to Michael and Decky, and the gap 3 tenths, as I think Michael's actually got just a slightly better exit. And look at this, Haribo 2.3. Decky needs to win this race. And Michael now, is he going to go for a move? It's going to be a late move. He's going to dart to the inside. He's going to think about it. No, he doesn't. Looks up both front tyres, but I do believe that's a glitch on my screen. Now Max is in the pits. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Max has had wing damage, so Max is going to want to pit. And Louis, oh, losing the back end again. Coming out of turn 3, Louis does indeed lose the back end again, and that does indeed invite his teammate to go around the outside. Is Jeff going to go for it? No, he doesn't. Louis is able to just close the door on him, which he's entitled to do. Excuse me. But up at the front, still 2 tenths. I'm just going to be switching back to this battle, and obviously Louis as well, because I know Louis is going to be coming through the grid, but he hasn't actually been able to get past Owen yet. So Owen doing a fantastic job. Obviously Louis making a mistake, which is granted, but McLaren driver has done bits, and Louis goes down the inside. Owen gives him the space. Owen has the better traction though, and Louis stays behind, and this is helping Jeff stay with him, and maybe Jeff can even make a move. But up at the front, this is the Decky train, because Haribo's got a 2.3 second lead, 2.4 now, and now Michael 2 tenths behind. He's going to have DRS now. Surely Michael's close enough to make a move. Wait. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to stay on board with Michael just in case something happens, but I will be back in a minute. I do apologise for that brief break. I had to quickly go do something, but Michael is all over the back of Decky's back end. Decky's feeding the pressure, but Michael knows if it stays like this, he's won the title. But Michael again losing the back end, and Decky just able to eke out that gap to the back of him. And then now Louis got past own HPB last lap. I did indeed miss it, so I do apologise for that. But now Mitch and Joome's in the pits, early pit stop. So I think Joome is going for the 2-stop here. I think that is the quicker strategy. Jeff is in the pits as well. But up in front, Louis is now a man on the charge. Doesn't make a mistake coming out turn 2 this time. So he has indeed nailed it. And now we go back to the front, and Michael and Decky. Oh, I thought I saw a little bit of front wing there. Who was that? No, it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. So Louis starting to catch up to these guys now. Falcon has indeed passed Smithy. I did miss that, so again I do apologise for that. But Falcon does go wide. That does indeed open the door for Smithy. You know, Smithy definitely most improved driver, I think, without a shadow of a doubt. He's all over the back of Falcon, and Falcon going wide. I think Falcon's feeling the pressure more than his teammate Michael, who again is right up behind Decky. If Michael can get the exit right coming out this last corner, there should be a move on, and I think he has. I think he's got a slightly better exit. He has. So is Michael close enough to make a move on Decky? But behind them, Smithy and Louis, Mitch Pitts, sorry, losing the will to speak at the minute, and Michael still can't get past Decky. No one's left, I don't think anyway, so there's no slipstream glitch as of yet. I shouldn't have no more breaks now, so I do apologise, and want to welcome the people that have just tuned in, for knowing that some of these guys have pit. So we're going to see who has stopped, and everyone from Haribo downwards. So Haribo is indeed the net leader and has got fresh air to the likes of Hideki and Michael. So let's see what everyone's gone on to, and they've all gone on softs apart from Falcon, who's gone on medium. So watch out for Falcon. If he's trying to one stop, then he should be able to make it stick. But Hideki and Michael's still going. So whether they've got a good tyre, I don't know, but the gap has indeed extended to half a second. But again, Louis got a 5 second stop go. Caught on board just as he entered the pits. He's not going to be happy with that. But up ahead we've got Rick going round the outside of Owen, and Rick does indeed make it stick. So again, another car losing the back end out of turn 2. But that does indeed set Owen up to make a move back. But Rick going very defensive, and Owen does indeed stay behind as they come into turn 4. Locks up, but indeed stays behind, and now Louis filters back out in 16th place. And Jeff, would Jeff get Louis? No, he won't. So Falcon has indeed jumped Louis, so it effectively goes Haribo P1, Doom P, well I mean Hideki or Michael P2 and P3 I think, but if they continue to stay out, Doom will definitely get the undercut on both of these guys. But look, you can tell these tyres are sort of done on Michael and Hideki's car, so who will be the first to pit and potentially get an undercut on one another. I think if Hideki doesn't pit this lap, I think Michael will definitely pit and try and get an undercut on Hideki, but Hideki doesn't pit and Michael carries on. So that was very risky from Hideki there. I thought Hideki was going to pit and Michael looked like he was going to pit too. So these guys got to be careful, because Brazil's a track where tyre wear is very, very high. I for one learnt the hard way, because I did indeed get a puncher as well around here. So these guys definitely have to be careful. But indeed Rick up into 4th place. So Rick looked very good for a good result here, as does the likes of Gary, Kalik, Killer Blue, Jerry and YHYY. But Haribo 1 point.
Just let you know they put a
So Haribo catching YHYY, who has indeed not stopped yet. No, he hasn't. And I'm still behind Rick, so the Supersoft's not going off, and Max is out. Turn, I believe that's turn 2, or coming out of turn 3, I do believe. So we saw a lot of cars struggling there today, and Falcon has decided to bin it as well. So weird from Falcon, and Falcon has indeed retired. So not the way Falcon would want to end his season, and Haribo does indeed. Oh, Kalik actually made a mistake there. So June gonna get past. Oh, Kalik's got to be careful. June does indeed barely get past, and Michael and Hideki go for another lap. Lap 12 on a set of super softs. What is this tyre wear? Hideki looks like he's coping a bit more though. Michael, I think, is just staying up just to maybe match whatever Hideki does. So maybe Hideki's gonna push Michael to maybe a puncher. But for the most part, Hideki looking like the most comfortable out of the two of them. But again, behind them, we've got Jerry, YHYY and Haribo, so we're going to stay with Haribo for the meantime. Haribo goes down the inside on the fast right-hander. That's very risky from Haribo, but of course he isn't involved in no championship battle. He goes down the inside, no he doesn't. Thinks better of it, and YHYY definitely feeling the pressure of the Ferrari driver. Again, Haribo had some rotten luck, especially in one of the races, and Haribo goes down the inside. YHYY leaves just enough space. Haribo spins up the rears, doesn't go on the grass, and is able to keep the rear, but stays behind YHYY. Mitch gets past Kalik, who did indeed have an off last lap, so he's going to be very where he pushes the throttle. But look at the run Haribo's got. Michael does indeed pit, so Michael pits, and Hideki carries on. And look, them tyres do not look gone at all. So Hideki will want to pit this lap if he wants to. If he wants to win the championship, he's going to have to pit. But Michael does indeed filter back out way down the order, and he's gone for a set of medium. So this is a one-stop strategy for Michael, and I believe Louis might even get the jump on him as well. I think he has. So Louis got the jump on Michael. So Michael down the order, down in 14th place. That just proves how close these guys are. But look at the battle here. Killer Blue, Jerry, Haribo got past YHYY eventually. Now look at this. Haribo going to make full advantage of these two battling ahead. Haribo's going to go down the inside. Yes, he is. good move for Haribo. Jerry putting up a fight with the Ferrari driver, but Haribo around the outside now. Fresher tyres, more traction, and that's him up into 7th place, but still with the net lead. And now we've got the Force India Killer Blue, who again has had a very consistent season, getting top 5 finishes and even 5th, 6th or 7th place finishes. And Decky does indeed pit. But I'm going to say with Haribo is he's darted to the inside already. I think Killer Blue knows he ain't got a hope in hell defending from Killer Blue. And Decky's gone on to a set of mediums as well, so Decky's going to be doing the one stop as well. But look at this, why round the outside. No, Doom's down the inside, sorry, and he does indeed get the move done. Doom goes wide, that will certainly be a penalty. But now Haribo, 2 taps, so Haribo's flying on these softs. Gary goes to the inside, Haribo round the outside into turn 4, right round the outside he goes, and that is a fantastic move by Haribo. And if you want to end your season on the high, this man is definitely doing that. Fantastic overtakes from Haribo these last couple laps. So Haribo does indeed inherit the net lead, and is, well, who is it? I believe it's Doom, who's now going to get past all this traffic. Let's go on board with Doom now, as these guys struggle for position and tyre grips. Doom down the inside of Jerry again, makes it difficult for the Mercedes driver, but he's going to stick it around the outside into the fast left-hander. Oh, there's a little bit of contact, not too much, and Doom does indeed make the move stick. He does round the outside into the final corner. Oh, and there's a collection of cars there, Jerry and Mitch. Mitch will not be happy with that. And now Neo goes past as well, so we've just got to watch out for Neo. He's going to get a double slipstream on Mitch and the other Red Bull, and Killer Blue does indeed pit. So Neo down the inside, and look at Louis now, he's catching these guys as well, so watch out for Louis. But we're going to go back to Neo as he's all over the back of Mitch, who did indeed have that half spin due to Jerry losing the rear. And now Jerry's got Louis all over his back end. This has been a fantastic finale, not just for Decky and Michael, but for everyone in the midfield. Fantastic racing all round, close and competitive, it has to be said. And Neo hounding Mitch's back end. See, just getting a slightly better turn in, even with dirty air, so Neo must be running higher wings than Mitch. But Doom now all over the back of Gary. He's going to go for a move. No, he doesn't. I thought Doom would have went for it, but Doom, being smart, wanting to take his time with it, and he's actually net P2 is Doom, so Doom's actually done very well here to inherit net P2 from the likes of Michael and Decky. And it is Michael who has got out in front of Decky. Of course, the undercut has done him well, and now Decky oh wow, this is familiar. It's got Jeff Revenge and Decky. These two have had a fair few battles in their time, and now Jeff down the inside, and now Decky losing another position. Jeff down the inside, Decky can't do nothing about it, knows Jeff is faster on them tyres, and these two have had fantastic battles on previous games and in previous leagues, so it's good to see these two fighting fair with each other, showing each other respect. But it is Decky who loses out to Jeff, so that'll be a sort of a good moment for Jeff, overtaking the championship contender. Now he's got Michael to overtake, so maybe Decky can stick with Jeff here, stick with DRS, and potentially make a move on Michael. Sorry, now we've got Louis now wanting to get past these gaggle of cars. All these three have been together for the past 4 or 5 laps, and it is actually Gary who's been the cork in the bottle here. So Louis is going to want to get past these guys ASAP, but he's got to be careful though, because one little slip up from these guys and he'll quite easily get collected, obviously not intentionally. Louis braking very late going into the last corner now, but Louis going to want to get past these guys, and it is Gary who won't have DRS. Now Mitch around the outside, Gary goes defensive, that should be moved on. Gary pits, Neo carries on, Louis carries on, but all these three will have DRS. So I'm backing Louis to make a move on these two in the next lap or two. But back with the Michael and Decky situation, Jeff is 3 tenths behind Michael, so he is quicker than Michael, but not as quick as I thought he would be. And now Decky's still staying with Jeff as well, and now look how much Jeff has closed into the back of Michael, and Falcon is already, well, he's accusing Louis of doing something, as he's used some explicit language in the chat, and now Jeff is right behind Michael. Jeff will be enjoying this. getting involved in the title battle. But if it does stay like this, then I do believe Michael will still win the championship. Well, Michael will win the championship because Decky has not beaten him and hasn't got a 7-point gap. But, oh, Jeff! Lou almost lost the back end, almost went into the back of Michael. So Jeff has to be careful here. He's got a better run on Michael. There should be move done. But we're going to go to Louis. And Louis actually lost a little bit of time. So I don't know what's happened through, but we're going to switch back to Jeff on Michael as they come down the start finish straight. Will Jeff go for an optimistic dive bomb? He does. He's gone for it. Down the inside. Michael lets him go, and that's good racing there from Michael. Jeff went for an fantastic. Well, it was a dive bomb, but a composed one like that. And now Decky is all over the back of Michael now. So that dive bomb from Jeff definitely helped his former enemy out. It has to be said on previous F1 games. And now Decky right behind Michael. So this is the battle for the championship for the season. But at the moment, Haribo is indeed running away with this. But indeed, he will be doing a 2-stop, whereas the likes of Michael and Decky will be doing a 1-stop. So all of these guys in the top 6 will have to pit again. And now Louis is catching these guys, so I'm going to want to stay with this battle. I've got Gary all the way down in 17th place fighting with Gary. So Gary just pitting on them fresh mediums. So realistically, Gary should be okay. But we've got Calic in 13th, the lonely man on the soft tyres, and everyone else around him is on the medium. So he should catch the car ahead being Spine, who is indeed reserving tonight, or it could even be F1 Racer, I don't know. So oh, Mitch on Neo. Now Louis going to want to get involved in this too. Neo goes wide, Mitch around the outside of turn 3, good move. And now Louis going to maybe want to switch it. No, he doesn't want to go around the outside too. He wants that slipstream of Mitch. He's got DRS around the outside of the turn 4. Can Louis make it stick? Neo defends fantastically well from the Haas driver. And now with Mitch getting past, Louis will start to get frustrated behind these guys. And these three, Jeff, Michael and Decky, not even separated by half a second. So Decky looks like just a quicker driver out of Michael and himself tonight. But we will see Haribo doing a 2-stop. This could still be Decky's race to lose here. Neo down the inside of Mitch. And now Louis is getting involved in this. Where's Louis? Round the outside. Oh, he backs out of it. He does back out of it, does Louis. So good racing there from Louis again. There's Michael's rival. Michael's rival, Tom, is right behind him. So the only rival Michael has is a Decky, because the gap is 7 points between himself and of course Decky. But now Michael wanting to get back past. Oh, Jeff, that's a very late defensive move. Michael round the outside, down into turn 1. Michael won't be happy with that. Jeff indeed breaks out, but look at Decky down the inside. He's going to get a better run than Michael. He does. This could be championship worthy racing here. Decky down the inside of Michael. Michael can't do nothing to counter it. Decky's got DRS, as does Michael, but Decky down the inside. He's got down the inside of Jeff as well. Oh, that looked very suspicious there. I think Jeff and Decky might be talking in the party, and now Decky is now ahead of Michael, and now Michael want to bounce back. He does go down the inside, but Decky's able to defend from it perfectly. So again, these two showing why they're involved in championship and why it's only them two. But Michael, oh, just right up behind Decky through sector 2, but Decky does indeed get the power down better. And then Michael and Louis still can't get past these two, so I'm actually quite shocked at how Louis ain't able to put. Now I know Mitch is a quick driver, you know, he ain't no slouch, but I thought Louis would definitely get past these guys. But Decky now looks like he's going to set off into distance now. The gap already half a second, but Louis still can't get past. So Louis is struggling to get past cars here. I thought Louis would definitely make it easier. And now Jeff, I think he's done all he can to try and maybe help. Good to see Falcon out. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, okay. I'm guessing you're not a fan of Falcon, Tom. But anyway, going back to the battle for the title, Decky indeed currently winning. But again, this ain't enough. This is not enough. He needs these guys on the softs to mess up their strategy. But at the moment, it looks like that is happening, because Louis still can't get past Mitch. He's all over the back of him. These two, of course, teammates in another, well, were teammates in another league, so they know all about each other. And oh, Louis on the curb. Oh, don't want to take too much of that inside curb, or else you'll be off and on the grass. I think that's what Louis might have done in qualifying actually. And he almost paid the price there. Now Mitch is able to get a little bit of a buffer. How Louis isn't in the championship battle because he got kicked because his consistency of turning up. So yeah, that's why Louis isn't involved in the championship, Tom. But Louis does indeed pit, so he's going for a 2-stop, as is a Joom. So Joom now back on another set of softs. But again, these guys are doing soft medium, or I say soft medium. Michael and Decky doing super soft medium. They're now going to start to gain places on the guys who are doing the 2-stop. And now the likes of Haribo, I believe, should realistically win this race. He's looked strong from start to finish. Well, not start to finish, but from start until this point. And you know, if Haribo done this every race, then he would have won the title without a shadow of a doubt. You know, he's got the pace to be involved in the championship fight, as do more or less half the grid. So it's just about consistency in results, and Haribo hasn't been consistent in his results. So Haribo looking to bounce back and end this season on a high. But the fight between Decky and Michael still 4 attempts, and Decky looking like the more confident driver. And Haribo does pit, so let's see where Haribo comes out in terms to Decky and Michael. And Mitch pits as well, and Decky carries on, of course. So does Michael, and Jeff does pit as well. Smithy carries on. So Smithy should be up into a net P3, maybe P4. Jeff gets a stop go. That'll be added on the end of the race. So Haribo joins. Wow, he's actually joined quite a way behind, 8th place. But he is on the super softs, and Haribo, the pace he's shown today, he should make mincemeat of the cars ahead. So hopefully he can. And Louis has that last place, so Louis had an off. Louis must have had an off and pitted again, or was it? Oh no, it was his stop go. So Louis in last place. So Louis not having a good race at all. I did say at the beginning, you know, with Louis, I think it depends on whether he's involved in something at the start. And he's definitely lost his head. But Haribo already passed one of their runners. We're going to stay with Haribo, as they're going to watch the gap between Decky and Michael. But Haribo is a man on a mission. He's on the super softs. He's only about 9 or 10 seconds behind Michael and Decky, so he could make that up. But he's got all this traffic to get past, so he'll want to get past it sort of as quickly as possible and not try and lose as much time, as he's got a run on own now, who is indeed on the medium tyres, who should be going to the end. And Haribo down on the inside. Owen can't really defend much, and Haribo takes a position. I'm so used to saying Smithy, I'm not used to saying Haribo, but Haribo does move up into the top 6, and now he sets his eyes on Rick, who is in 5th. And again, Smithy up into 4th, so Smithy's had a very consistent race up until this point, and he's not that far off Decky and Michael. So again, most improved driver, I'd say, in the last couple of races, definitely this man here. Just with the results he's picking up at the start of the season, he said he'd kill for a podium, and he's already on the cusp of getting a podium when Neo pits. So effectively Smithy is in net P3, but Haribo making mincemeat of Rick on them super soft tyres, of course. Now he's 2.7 behind Smithy, as I was saying, so Smithy might get to motor. But oh, I thought they were side by side for a second there, Michael and Decky, and Michael definitely bringing back that gap. Now just 2 attempts, and I think Michael might be lagging a little bit. But again, PlayStation has had server issues today, so don't expect everyone to not lag. And Michael going to go round the outside. Decky does indeed defend, but Michael switches back to the inside. Decky breaks late, and Haribo does set the fast level with 10.1, and Spine gets a 5-second stop go. So yeah, this battle between Decky and Michael definitely heating up. If Decky wins and Michael's second, Decky I think has won the championship by count back and wins. I'm not sure, but Michael will know that. Michael will know that Neo up ahead does have to pit still. So yeah, it's all to play for still in terms of the championship. Lap 25 out of 36, and this race is just heating up now. And behind them, Haribo 1.6 now, so he's taking a second out of Smithy in about a sector and a half. And look, up ahead is the battle with Michael and Decky. So I think Michael down the inside goes. Michael looks up. Decky gives him just enough space. Fair racing there from the two of them. Decky leaving just enough space. Michael will want to get this move done because Haribo is right there. So Alright.
Behind your laptop.
Do apologise for that. As Michael wanted to go around the outside of Decky defending the inside. Haribo sets another fastest lap, so Haribo on a mission. And Smithy is only 1.1 behind these guys. So if anything can happen, but up ahead, Michael not close enough for a move down into turn 4. And Michael indeed feeling the pressure now, but Haribo is right there, of course, 5 tenths now behind Smithy. So Haribo will want to win this race, and I think the 2-stop was the way to go, because you can see by Haribo's pace. Ooh, getting really up and close to Smithy now. Smithy definitely looked like feeling the pressure from the Ferrari driver, and at the moment Haribo doing a fantastic race strategy, racecraft, just everything Haribo's done so far has indeed been perfect on his part. Just hope he doesn't lag out, because he's lagging a little bit. But Michael now 3 tenths to Decky. So I think Michael is maybe leaving it a couple laps to just stay behind Decky, stay within DRS, and then he does try and go, but Haribo making a move already on to Smithy. Now 1.3. I think this is Haribo's race to lose, and it only means trouble for Decky, who is indeed leading the race at the moment, is winning the championship. Again, I do apologise for the breaks I'm having. It's not intended, I promise. But up at the front of Haribo, I'm sorry if I focus on this battle more than anything else, but it's just fantastic to see 3 drivers who are similar on pace just have a good race, and now Haribo will want to make the move on Michael. Of course, these two are part of the same esports team, so I mean, will Haribo go for a move on Decky? I know Lucy talked about Haribo down the inside of Michael. Michael can't really do nothing about it, so at the moment Decky has won the championship, but with 8 laps remaining, them Supersoft tyres have definitely got a lot more life in them, as June picks up a 3-second penalty. So Haribo now 6 tenths to his friend Decky. I know these two are good friends, but of course Haribo will want to win this race for himself, because it'd be a bit stupid if he just sort of stayed where he was. But you can just see the amount of grip, but down up in 8th and 9th we've got Neo and YHYY battling, so one of the runners in the points this race, so fair play to YHYY for still staying in the points. And again we've got Mitch and Gary going very close indeed. Now will Mitch go for a move? He tried, but Gary did indeed brake late as well. And Mitch, after he was caught up in that hard spin from Joe, just hasn't really been on it, and definitely now we're gonna want to get past Gary now. And now up at the front, Haribo 2 tenths to Decky. Will Haribo go for a move? He doesn't, stays behind. So Haribo definitely has the tyre life and quicker tyre, of course, to get past Decky. But Michael now 1.2 behind, so Michael's starting to drop behind as Smithy picks up a 3-second time penalty. So that will promote Rick up into P4, but the gap being, we've got, Jeff and Jerry going side by side. Jeff making the move, and now we've got Rick and June. So now June up into P5 on them soft tyres, so now June's going to start making moves. And Haribo just still can't find a way past the Mercedes of Decky, and this is why this man is fighting for the championship, you know, not feeling no pressure from anyone. And Michael now drops to 1.5. It's been a good race, very good race. Of course, obviously Odem's not commentating tonight again because he's unfortunately at work. Didn't mention that at all until now, so sorry Odems if you're watching this. So back with Haribo and Decky going into battle. Decky keeping the place. I think Decky knows if he loses this place, that's it. Title over. Haribo gonna want to go around the outside into turn 4. Decky breaks late. Haribo, chipped a bit of his wing. Nothing wrong with what Decky done though, but Haribo still right behind Decky. Decky is defending superbly from the Ferrari driver. And again, I think Michael realises that, I thought that was Haribo getting a 3-second time penalty there. But it was indeed Kalik, who is down in last place. But that wing damage not affecting. Haribo goes for a move. Decky run. He's been forced wide, and Haribo does indeed bet the move, but with wing damage, maybe Decky knows that he'll be able to stay with the Ferrari driver. But them super softs will start to go off in the next, I say, 2 to 3 laps. So if Decky can stay where he is, he can certainly put a fight back on to Haribo at the end of this race. And I mean, even if Haribo gets a time penalty, that's still championship for Decky. So Haribo does have to be careful here. If he wants to win this race, he can't afford to get. I mean, if he gets a time penalty, he might even drop behind Smithy. So Smithy might be on for a potential podium. But you can see now Decky knows he's able to stay with the Ferrari driver. And again, in terms of gaps on the track, this three-way fight is indeed the closest battle on track. So of course I'm going to give airtime to all 3 of these drivers. Whoever wins here tonight, doesn't matter, because everyone involved in this season has put on a very good show. And I just want to thank everyone at PRL for letting me commentate and giving me the chance to just commentate over such a good season. And Decky now 3 tenths behind Haribo. He knows now, and I think Michael knows too, because he's starting to gain back the time he lost fighting with Haribo. That's a corner cut from Michael, and Naughty, be careful. I am going to quickly check warnings, just because Haribo has 1 warning, and Decky has 1 warning, and Michael has 2 warnings. So if Michael gets a time penalty, you have to say it's title over. But look at the gap. Oh no, wrong. Decky goes for a move down the inside. I missed it. Haribo's forcing Decky out, and now Michael gets back past. He does. Decky goes down the inside. Both of them. Oh, this is fantastic racing. Alright, thank you. Another 3 wide. Michael's off the track. Haribo defending for his life, and look at Michael now. That's been kind of dirty racing there from all 3 of them, but luckily none of them chipped their wing, and now Michael's got to run. So what I said about Decky and Haribo being friends, that's certainly putting it to the test tonight. Now Smithy and Joom are back up in this race. The top 5 all separated by a second. What a way to end the season. Joom, keep the car. You want to keep this action. And now Michael 2 tenths behind Decky. So that 3rd sector from Haribo, Decky and Michael was very, very questionable. Michael going off track on the fast left-hander, gaining time and getting actually a good toe on the back on start-finish straight. But again, if Michael gets another, I'm actually going to see if Michael got a warning for that. So if is he on a penalty? Michael has got a penalty. So as it stands, Decky has won the championship. I think, I don't know, because I don't know who's got more wins, Michael or Decky. But of course Decky will not know this. He'll be fighting tooth and nail for this win. I think Decky still needs to get past Haribo, Haribo, excuse me, to get this win. And Louis out. Louis has retired. Well, I think Louis, he's lost his rear wheel. How's he done that? And now Decky all over the back of Haribo. This is for the win. Oh, Decky, I thought he was going to maybe switch to the inside there, but Decky all over the back of Haribo. Them super softs are definitely starting to go off now. And now Haribo will have to defend for his life like he did a couple laps ago. But again, if he does that, then he's open to potentially ruining this championship for Decky and Michael. But look at behind, Joom. He wants some action in this as well, so maybe Joom can have a deciding say in who wins the championship. I mean, if oh, Michael got removed down inside of Decky. Decky does leave him space. Who gets a better exit? I think Decky has just got a better exit. And indeed stays on for second place, but he needs to get past Haribo, but he just can't with all these cars behind. All fighting, he just can't. But look at the run Decky has on Haribo. This has been a fantastic way to end a fantastic season. Haribo goes defensive. Now will Michael go for a move? He doesn't, stays where he is, but obviously with that time penalty he's going to be dropping to maybe even 6th place. So I think at the moment, I think Decky has won the championship. So we're going to see what happens in the last couple laps, but it's all about, can Decky get past Haribo just to secure the win. Haribo of course with wing damage a couple laps ago in sector 1. Jeff is out. Jeff has retired from the race. I think he binned it coming out turn 2. We've seen a couple cars lose the car there, and that does now promote Mitch now on a move on the Renault. But behind I'm missing it all. Michael now zoomed down the inside. Decky's teammate does make the move stick. Michael will not want to stay behind Joom though. Michael back down the inside. Joom right around the outside. Fantastic move by the Spaniard, but Decky still can't find a way past Haribo. Now Michael is feeling the pressure now. Decky now knows he's got a rear gunner in his teammate Joom. Of course Michael's rear gunner is out of the race, so Michael can't have a say, or can't even have a teammate that's near him on track to help. So effectively Decky does have a bubble around him in his teammate Joom, but with the last lap now I think Haribo has got this in the bag. Excuse me, he does indeed go defensive. And I think Michael, oh Smithy, but oh Michael's off the track. Michael is off the track, and that means that this man here has won back-to-back titles in PRL. Congratulations to Decky. All he needs to do is just keep it on the road. And Michael falling down the order. I know obviously it's not good for Michael, but what a race. What an absolute race. A joy to commentate on. But look at this. Decky still not done with this. He wants to get the win. Can he dethrone his friend Haribo as they come around the last corner? It's a good run. Joom, I just can't get a good run. Decky has got a good run though on Haribo, so this is not over yet as they come to the last straight. DRS of course now activated, and I think Haribo has done enough to win the race. I think he has. Haribo comes across line to win the race. Decky does become two-time PRL champion. Rick actually gets a podium. I thought I said Smithy for a second there, but Rick does indeed get a podium from Smithy in 4th. So congratulations to Decky. Commiserations to Michael. I don't know what happened, but I'm sure we'll find out, as I am going to be doing podium interviews. So Michael down in 14th place. He knows, I think he might have got a puncture actually. I'm not sure. I think he did get a puncture. He's got a left right rear puncture. So Michael pushing the mediums just didn't push him enough. Michael, commiserations to you, mate. You've had a fantastic season. But it is indeed Decky who does indeed win back-to-back titles. So congratulations to Decky once again. Lost for words that race. That race was definitely one for the ages. That was better than last season. So we are now going to see Haribo celebrate the win, but kind of overshadowed by Decky's just fantastic drive all season. Second half of the season, this man has been on an absolute charge. But it is Haribo who does win, and Rick actually taking a podium. And of course these three not getting any warnings or penalties have indeed inherited the podium. Smithy, unlucky for him, he was net P3 before the line, finishes P4. Dream in P5, good result for him. Neo in 6th, Owen in 7th, Mitch in 8th, YHYY 9th, and Spine are rounded up the top 10. The two runners actually scoring points, so congratulations to them. and Gary finishing just outside the points. Gary in 12th, Calic 13th, Michael down in 14th, of course, getting a puncher. Killer Blue 15th, Jeff 16th, Louis, Falcon and Max, and then McLaren of Simsa, I believe, around out the top 20. So we had only 5 DNFs? I think 5 DNFs, so not a bad DNF rate, but I am going to indeed invite Haribo, Adeki and Rick to the party. So give me a second and I will... oh no, I can't even invite them. Ah, lovely. I can't invite them. Damn it, because I'm in another party and I'm not the host. Ah, that is frustrating. So, yeah, just before I end the stream, I just want to take this opportunity to thank Smithy and everyone behind the scenes at PRL for indeed letting me commentate last season's title decider, and of course this season's, the whole of this season, and of course this race tonight. It's been a fantastic season, and I hope next season is indeed just as good. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there, but again, thank you everyone for watching. This has been PRL, and we will be back, well, I suppose any time after F1 2018 comes out, so I'll see you then. But my name's been Cliffy, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next season for season 17.